Hello friends, welcome again in course of concrete technology. Today we are going to see storing, batching and mixing of ingredient of concrete. How materials or ingredients of concrete are stored, how they are batched. Batch means the measurement of ingredient according to various methods like wave batching or volume batching, and mixing of ingredient, that is hand mixing and machine mixing. Let's see in detail how the material will be stored, batched and mixed in concrete. First of all, the introduction of this is various properties of concrete ingredients, factors influencing these properties and the role of these ingredients in governing the property of concrete have been described in detail in previous lectures. The process of manufacturing concrete passes through various stages, that is storing, batching and dry mixing of concrete ingredients. Mixing of concrete ingredients with water, transporting and placing of fresh concrete mix, compacting and finishing of concrete, etc. In order to produce good quality hardened concrete, it is necessary to monitor these operations properly. In today's lecture, we will see storing, batching and mixing of concrete ingredients and the related issues in details. At any construction project, proper arrangement for storing these ingredients in adequate quantity is the prime requirement. What are the concrete ingredients? Cement, sand, coarse aggregate and water. All these ingredients should be so stored as to preserve their quality for use in the work, because the quality of concrete is mainly governed by the quality of its ingredients. Batching is the measurement of these ingredients in desired proportion in successive batches. In the design mix concrete, it is necessary to take the exact quantity of each and every ingredient so as to maintain the design proportion of the ingredients in the concrete. There are two methods of batching, namely wave batching and volume batching. Other important operation in manufacturing of concrete is mixing of these ingredients so as to ensure good workable concrete mix. The mixing method should be able to produce a uniform and homogeneous mass of fresh concrete so as to produce the good quality hard concrete. In this lecture, storing, batching and mixing of concrete ingredients are discussed in detail. This includes various arrangements for storing cement and aggregates, batching of cement and water, wave batching and volume batching of aggregates, hand mixing and machine mixing of concrete ingredients. Various operations involved in the case of machine mixing, and finally the type of mixers commonly used for the mixing of concrete. Let's see one by one. First is storing of cement. In cement chapter, the role of cement, its quality has been discussed, As cement is chemically very active with water, it is necessary to protect cement from moisture during its storage till it is used for manufacturing the concrete. In case of imperfect long storage conditions, the strength of cement may reduce. For example, the 28 days strength of cement stored for 3, 6 and 12 months may reduce to 80, 70, 60% respectively. The storing arrangement of cement should be such that cement delivered first can be used and vice versa. Generally, the cement is available in 50 kg bags which are stored in stacks. At the large construction site, the cement can also be stored in silos. These methods of storing cement and necessary requirements are explained. First is storing in stacks. Cement is generally supplied in 50 kg bags which are required to be stored in dry and damp free environment so as to prevent the air setting. At the work site, these bags can be stored in a building or shed which should be dry, leak proof and moisture proof to the best possible extent. It should have minimum number of windows and close fittings doors which should be kept closed as far as possible. The Handbook on Building Construction Practices of Bureau of Indian Standard, that is SP 62 1997, recommends that for storing the cement bags in stacks, the following points will be observed. The first point is, do not stack the cement bag directly on the floor. They shall be placed on the dry wooden planks which should be clear above the floor by 150 mm to 200 mm. Second point is, maintain a minimum around space of 450 mm between the bags and the external walls. Also maintain sufficient around space between two adjacent stacks for proper movement. Place the cement bags in a stack close together as to minimize the air circulation. Then next point is, restrict the height of a stack to maximum 15 bags only so as to prevent the possibility of lumping up under pressure. Then restrict the width of stack preferably to 4 bags or 3 or meters, whichever is less. The next point is, for the height of a stack more than that of 8 bags, place the bags lengthwise and widthwise in alternate layers so as to minimize the danger of toppling over. Stack the cement bags in a manner so as to facilitate their removal in the order in which they are received. For storing the cement bags for longer period or during monsoon, cover each stack with waterproof sheet. Then next point is, storing cement in silos. At the large construction site where a large quantity of cement is required, the cement is preferred to be stored in silos. Silos are the artificial tank like water tank made by RCC. In silos, the cement can be stored in bulk, that is up to 12 to 50 tons, and that too under the ideal condition. Silo is typically a welded steel cylindrical container or RCC construction. It is supported on 4 cross brass legs and having a discharge outlet at the bottom. Moreover, it can also have some weighing arrangement at the bottom so as to get the required weight of cement in each batch. Cement is supplied in closed tankers from the factory and pumped into silos directly from these tankers. Storing of cement in silos has the advantages. First advantage is the cost of bulk cement per ton is less than the bagged cement. Second advantage is unloading of cement through pumping arrangement directly into the silo is quite convenient and cheaper. Fewer precautions are to be observed. Then less site space is required for any given quantity of cement. Then as cement is delivered into silos from top and extracted from bottom, the cement which is received first is always used first. The same silo can be reused for other construction sites. This is all about storing of cement. Then let's see storing of aggregates. The properties of aggregates, particularly the uniformity of grading, moisture content and presence of foreign materials, plays an important role in governing the quality of concrete. In view of this, it is necessary to store the aggregates in such a way that to avoid any variation in these properties during storage. The guidelines for storing coarse aggregate and fine aggregate are slightly different from each other. The guidelines suggested for storing of aggregates on site are: first is aggregate should be stored at a site on a hard, dry and leveled patch of ground. In case of such patch of ground is not available near the construction site, then it can be placed on another arrangement like the box shown in the figure. Provide a platform of planks or of corrugated iron sheets. Prepare a floor of dry bricks of a thin layer of lean concrete. Then stacks of fine and coarse aggregate should be kept separate so as to avoid the intermixing of fine and coarse aggregates, particularly at the edges. On the large construction site, it is recommended to divide walls between the different types of aggregates. The arrangement is shown in figure. The second figure, where the aggregates of different fractions are separated out by suitable partitions like 40 mm aggregate, 20 mm, 10 and fine aggregate are well partition is provided in between. Proper care must be taken in storing the fine aggregate to prevent the loss of finer particles due to wind. Handbook of Building Construction Practices of Bureau of Indian Standard, that is SP 62 1997, suggests the size of stacks for various types of aggregate is given in table. For soling stones, the size of stack in meter is 5 by 2 by 0.5 or 5 by 1 by 0.5. For coarse aggregate, the size of stack is 2 meter by 2 meter by 0.5 meter or 5 meter by 5 meter by 1 meter. For fine aggregate, the size of stack is 2 meter by 2 meter by 0.5 meter, or 5 meter by 5 meter by 1 meter, or 5 meter by 1 meter by 0.5 meter. It is convenient to measure the total volume of aggregates received on site if stacked in standard shapes and sizes. This is all about the storing of aggregate. It may be coarse or fine aggregate. Now move on to next part, that is batching of ingredients of concrete. The measurement of different ingredients of concrete, that is cement, coarse aggregate, fine aggregate and water, for making concrete is known as batching. It is necessary to take accurate quantities of these ingredients so as to maintain the exact proportion of these ingredients as per the mixed design. The desired quantity of these ingredients can be measured by volume or by weight, which are respectively known as volume batching and weight batching. In case of volume batching of fine aggregate, that is sand, proper care must be taken for the bulking. Cement is always measured by weight in kilograms. Generally, the weight of one bag of cement is taken as 50 kg and volume as 35 liters of one bag. Water may be measured by volume, that is in liters, or by weight in kg as per our convenience. Let us see the first point, that is batching of cement. Cement is always measured by weight in kilograms. Cement is commonly available in bags of 50 kg each. The volume of one bag of cement is considered as 35 liters. For small or less important works, cement is generally not weighed and conveniently can be considered as 50 kg per bag. However, there is always possibility of these bags being underweight, as there are chances of loss of cement from these bags during their handling, transporting from place to place. During batching of cement, presence of any sort of lumps should be closely observed. If these lumps are so hard that they cannot be crushed by hand, then various tests of cement should be performed in order to ensure its quality. Then batching of water, second point, the quantity of water must be measured accurately, as the quantity of water plays an important role in governing the various properties of concrete, particularly the workability of concrete and the strength of concrete. Water is generally measured by volume, as it is more convenient to take the desired quantity of water by volume as compared to weight. Then volume batching of aggregate. In volume batching, materials are measured by volume. For measuring the ingredients of concrete by volume, a typical gauge box is used. These gauge boxes are available in different sizes, particularly of 35 liters, that is volume of one bag of cement, or in multiple of the same. The aggregates in the gauge box should be filled loosely, that is without any compaction, and struck off. The recommended sizes of gauge boxes for volume batching of aggregates Some example are the capacity in liters of gauge box, the inside dimension in millimeter. For 25 liters gauge box, the length should be 25 millimeter, width 25 millimeter, and height should be 40 millimeter. Volume batching is less precise as compared to wave batching, is prepared only for minor or less important works. Where nominal mix of concrete is used rather than design mix. In ordinary concrete, the proportions are generally mentioned by volume, such as 1:2:4 or 1:4:8, and so on. Volume of moist sand in a loose condition weighs much less than the same volume of dry sand because of bulking phenomenon. In case of volume batching of fine aggregate, necessary adjustment must be made for the bulking of fine aggregate. The next point is wave batching of aggregates. In wave batching, materials are measured by weight in kilograms. It gives more accuracy in measuring the quantity of ingredients as compared to volume batching. Wave batching does not have uncertainties with regard to bulking or non-uniform filling of gauge boxes. However, the appropriate adjustment in the quantity of water should be made according to the moisture content of aggregates. The wave batching is recommended for major or important works. This is all about batching of ingredients of concrete. Thank you.